welcome to another Mishmash Monday. My name's Dawn, I'm a reclusive crafter. Today I've decided I want to get on with those cards that I'm working on at the moment. So I've done a little bit of homework and I've decided on what I want to do, and now it's just a case of putting them together. So this is just going to be a little bit of a craft along, and for me to just get up to date with my plans really, and trying to get these done. So I'm doing a birthday card. I'm a little miffed because I have put the crease line in, but the cardstock has actually split a little bit. However, I have got a plan to rectify this, with this being a gold foil design. And the other thing I would mention as well is it's also done it to the insert. The insert I'm not very happy with on the border there, or on the crease. But again, I have got a plan to be able to rectify that. So if nothing else from today's video, hopefully you will get a few ideas as to how to rectify things when they don't quite go according to plan, which is always a really nice idea. So the first thing I want to do is just do something with this crease. With this being a gold foil, I have actually got some gold washi tape. So my plan is to cover up the crease section with some of this, because I think that will tie in very nicely. So the first thing I want to do is just put a little bit of glue down the crease, because if those of you that have done any crafting for any length of time will know that washi tape doesn't hold terribly well all of the time, and needs a little bit of help. So I'm going to pop a little bit just down the crease there, and then that'll splurge out and give it a little bit of longevity, I guess you'd call it. So I want to make sure this is lined up properly. So sorry if my head gets in the way here. I am going to line this up with the grid on the mat, because I want to try and get this tape pretty much central if I can. So that's that one there. So I reckon probably about there is about right. I think I may have missed by a country mile there, but never mind. It will work okay, I think. Now then, as long as it's straight, which it is, which is lovely. I was more worried about it being straight than actually it being completely central. So in actual fact, I think I will trim this with my blade rather than my scissors, because I want to get a true cut. So how are we all doing on Monday? Are we all doing well? I'm trying to get ahead with my videos, and it's not going terribly well, I'm not going to lie. Just lately I've spent so much time messing about with thinking about what I want to do. And this is the same old adage with me. It's overthinking things and spending too much time planning. So I need to stop doing that really. I'm just going to give that a good press down. I want to make sure that it's stuck very nicely. There we go. Okay, so that should now, if I crease that down, that should now look okay with that, which I think it does actually. I think I've made that work, which is very lovely. Pleased with that. And then for this bit, this is the insert to the card, but I thought what I would do this time is, rather than, although that's quite dirty there, isn't it? I hadn't noticed that. That card's actually quite dirty. Or is it dirt, or is it just the design? Oh, that's interesting. Now it's actually wiping off, so I am going to see, just bear with me. I have got my magic box here with a little bit of sponge water in it. I am going to very gently just give this a little bit of a wipe. Oh, that seems to be coming off quite nicely, actually. Ah, there we go. Who knew? It's probably because I was moving it around on my desktop here. And again, I'm sorry if my head's getting in shot today. And consequently, transferring onto the card, which isn't ideal, is it? But I seem, yay, I seem to have saved that quite nicely, which I'm quite pleased about. Good. Right then. So that's all that is, by the way. It's just a little, what do you call them? Takeaway tub with a little sponge in with some water, and I use it for cleaning my fingers and also for little jobs like that where I just need just the tiniest little bit of dampness, not too much, and that just helps. So let me turn that back up the right way so that we get all of this the right way. And I've got this, which I think is beautiful. And all I'm going to do is just run a bead of glue down the centre here and pop that in. I want to try and keep it as straight as possible. There we go. And then I'm going to butt this up here. And that's literally going to be the insert of the card. I am aware that I do need to do a little trim job, but that's quite normal. When you've got two pieces of paper that are exactly the same size, if you put one into the other, you're bound to need to do a little bit of a trim. I'm just using my metal ruler here just to push that in place. There we go. Okay, and I think I'm there with it. Marvellous. Okay, that opens very nicely. And now I'm going to trim this up so that I've got a nice finish on it. Where did my blade go? There it is. Get rid of those little bits. Now we've got a lovely finish, which is very nice. We open it up and that all works very lovely. Smashing. Okay, that's exactly what I want. So, disaster averted. Happy with that. And now what I've also got, again, on Stash Busting Saturday, I went through my stocks to see what I had. And I came across lots of these. I did this bit off camera. I put the happy birthday on myself, and I'm very pleased with how that looks, considering how much trouble I had with them on Saturday. If you watch Saturday's video, my stash busting video, you'd have seen how difficult I found that to do. It was honestly, but I want to use these up because they are in my stash, and I think it's important that things don't go to waste. So now I'm just wondering about the positioning of this, and I think I want it just above central. So I'm going to put that about there, I think. I think that looks nice. So I'm happy with that. So I'm going to glue that down. A little old scribbly do there. Okay. And again, I want to just above central, about there, I reckon will be very nice. Just pressing that into place. Okay, so I am leaving it like that. I'm kind of going with the theme of more simplicity with this one. And I'm hoping it's going to be okay for the recipient. So that's rather nice, like that. And then on the inside, I have got a similar card, so it's of the same theme. And I want to put that somewhere on here. But then I have also got this with love on there. I'm just wondering how to do that. I quite like that. I'm not sure that it looks a little bit... What do we think? Do we like that? I'm not sure. It needs a little bit of something else, actually, if I'm honest. Maybe... Nope, don't like that. I actually do prefer that there. Maybe bring that over centrally. That's quite nice. I quite like that. And I think what I will do, I'm going to stick this one directly onto the card. Like I say, I always do say that cards are not my forte. Somebody who does do really nice cards is Jenny from Jenny's Crafty Corner. If you haven't been along to her channel, she does cards regularly. She does them really well, and she makes it look really easy too. It really isn't. There's a lot of skill to putting these things together. So, you know, when you see these crafters do these things, they're really quite skillful and they've got a really good eye for things as well, which makes a big difference. Now with that, I just want to make that a little bit proud, so I'm just going to pop a bit of tape on the back of that just to give it a bit of height. I can't pick it up. Give it a bit of height. Is that too wide? Slightly. I think what I might do is just put a couple of little pieces on rather than bigger bits. Okay. So, oh my goodness, I've just done it again. There we go. And pop that one on there. And I'm going to pop another piece at the other end on there. So we have seen how to rectify what could be disasters and turn them into something that's still usable rather than popping it in the bin, which is nice. It's always good to use these challenges positively. And I want to put that, I think, probably about there. What do you think? Okay, so there we go. So that's that with love. And then there's plenty of room for writing in if you want to write an essay. Right, so that's that. And the back of the card is just very simple. So that's that one done. I'm very happy with that, actually. Very simplistic, but very pretty. I like that. So that's the first one done. And I've got one more to do. And again, I have planned this one out again. But the best laid plans and all. Now, my plan was to do a very similar thing with this one. I am just concerned about the card tearing again. So yeah, we'll see. Let's have a look and see what we're doing here. And who knows, I may have to do another rescue job but I have got some washi tapes to hand if I need to, that will work, that will do the job. And I'm going to very lightly, oh, let me get that out of the way. I'm going to very lightly, now then, I just need to know where the centre is. Now, I find the centre kind of like that, so that, but I'm finding with these cards, because they're so thick, it doesn't give you a true centre. So, to get my true centre, see, that's 29.8. So let's call that 30, which would be 15, and take it down 1, which would be the centre. So that's there. Okay, so that's my centre point. You see where the bend, I don't know if you can see that, but where the bend should be, it's actually further over than that. So that's probably why I'm not getting a true centre on when I'm folding them. So we'll see if we do better this time round. Now I'm just going to very gently score that, because again, I want to try and avoid that cracking, and I'm not quite sure the best way to do that, to be honest. All right, drum roll. Just very gently ease it into place. Oh, and it looks like I may have success on that one. Okay, and that's still, you see, that's still not central. How bizarre is that? And yet I measured that out. That's really weird. Really, really weird. Right, let me just get that out of the way a second, because I want to make sure. I should just trim that up. It's no great shakes at the end of the day. I'm not going to be losing an horrendous amount, so I've had to do it on the others that I've done as well, so I'm not really too bothered about it. Okay, so just trim this one up. I do like using a craft knife when I'm trimming, because I do feel it gives a much nicer edge sometimes than scissors do. Okay, so that's that. Now this little trim here, which I think is very pretty and very in keeping with the insert I'm going to be putting in, I'm thinking about maybe popping that along that edge there, or maybe just slightly in a bit. I actually like that slightly in a bit. That's nice. Yep, we're going to do that. Do I want to do the innards first? I might just do the innards first. At least the card is clean, which is a bonus. Oops, wrecking the joint. So this is the insert that I'm going to have going into it. And then these are the little bits and pieces. I've lost one of my bits and pieces. Oh no. Oh, is that it? No. Oh, tragedy. I have lost one of my bits and pieces. Oh well. Oh no, that's right. Have I lost it? I don't know. No, I think I changed my mind on what I was doing. So there we go. Phew. Crisis diverted again. Right then, and this one again, I'm going to very gently, I'm not going to use the scorer to bend this. I'm just going to very gently push that into place, because again, I don't want that splitting. And again, I have success there, which I'm very pleased about, so that's nice. Okay, so let me get that situated in here. And that's up the right way, that's up the right way. So again, get me glue, gloopy-doopy-doo. And we're going to go across that line there. across this line here, trying to keep as close to that line as I can, and just a bead of glue, not huge amounts. Just popping my lid on, and then again just lining this up properly, hopefully get it in where it needs to be. Pull that up, push that into place. Okay, am I there? Am I there? Let me get me my ruler. Just going to pop that in there, like that. Press that down. And again, got a little bit of the overhang there, but easy to trim. How does that? Perfect. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Wouldn't that be so lovely to receive that? And again, these are just all bits and pieces that I've had lying around forever and a day that I've decided to get out and start making use of. So nicely trimmed there again. Lovely. This one I want down here, maybe about there, I think. So I'm going to glue this before I trim it. I'm going to trim it once it's on. The weather is absolutely abysmal. It's just raining and raining and raining. That's my glasses just fallen on the floor, just in case you were wondering what the noise is. Have I glued that far enough? I'm not sure that I have. No, need a little bit more glue. A little bit more glue, a bit longer than I thought it was. There we go. Okay. Okie dokie doos. And then we're going to pop that just about there, about a centimetre in, quite like that. Perfect. Okay, just get my cloth, just wipe the excess out and just get it into position before it grabs. There we go, happy with that. Very nice indeed. That's that one done. Okay, trim that up. Again, just oops, don't stick there. Ugh, it's just decided to stick there and I don't want it to. Okay. Just trim that off there. I think that just moved. No, it didn't. It felt like it just moved, but it didn't. Phew, that's actually not trimmed that very well. Maybe the scissors might be a better option on this one. And that glue's just caught down there, which I'm a bit cross about. There we go. Okay. Just, there we go. Okay. Might be able to use that for something else. That bit needs throwing away. Okay. So, there we are. And then on here, I want this bit about there, although that needs to go there, I think. That wants to go there, and then that I thought I'd just raise out just slightly. That's lovely. Happy with that. So let me pop my glue thingy on first. Smash it, and then we are going to use these little tabby things again and pop that one on there. And this one, oop, pinged off. That one there, lovely. Bit of concentration going on there, trying to get these little sticky pads off. There we go. Okay, so turn that up the right way, and then I want that to go about there, I reckon. Love it. Gorgeous, isn't it? Like that. I'm going to pop some glue around this piece. Just the tiniest little beads. Like that. Also, while I'm quietly doing this, I just want to welcome again my new subscribers, and welcome back my existing subscribers. Good to have you today. My channel is building very, very slowly, but it is building, which is the most important thing. I'd like to think that what I do is worthwhile for people to watch, but I do enjoy doing it. Oh, I made a mess there now. Okay, let me just wipe that off with a little damp tissue. I think that's it. Just press that down. Like so. Okay, I think with there, that looks nice. And pop my thingy back on. I have to keep telling myself to do that. I always forget. And then this one, I am going to be raising this up slightly again to give it a little bit of, what's the word I'm looking for? Help me out here. Presence. I'm going to say presence. It's not. That's not the word I'm looking for. I'm still trying to think of the word, but I can't think about it. So presence will do. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to pull these off here. And that one. And that one. There we go. And then we need to make sure we get it up the right way, because that would be helpful, wouldn't it? And in place too. So I reckon about there. There we go. So hopefully you can see, if I left that up, you can just see that there is a little bit of a raised section there, which just gives it a little bit more of a 3D effect and a bit more definition, which I think is very pretty. Like that. Okay, now I'm just wondering as well if, again, the danger with me is I overdo things. Now I look at that and I think, oh, it's really pretty, but then I'm wondering, do I need something here? And that's the journaling side of me that does that. And I don't think it actually does need something there, but if you disagree, let me know, because I'm always interested to know what other people think. And we've got the little flowers in the silver foil there, and then in the center, I thought just very simply, I came across this, and it's wishing you a magical birthday, enjoy the day, and I just thought I'd pop that in there. And then that's another one done. My glue's clogged up again. Yay. I do like this glitter glue. It is very good, but it is very temperamental. Because it grabs so quickly and dries so quickly, it clogs up really quickly as well. So you always need a pin to hand if you're using it. There we go. Smashing. Pop that on there, pop that down there, make sure that's up the right way, and we're going to put that about there, I reckon. Yeah, that looks about right to me. There we go. Okay, and that's that one done. Oh, it doesn't look straight now. There we go. How's that? That's about good, isn't it? Lovely. And that's it. That's another one done. Oh, 2 done. Wow. Took me all day yesterday. Mind you, I'm saying it took me all day yesterday to do the one. I've already been here for 2 hours working out what I was doing on these, even before I came online. So there we go. So that's those 2 done. And so before we move on to the next bit of the video, I just wanted to just recap on the 2 birthday cards. So we've got this one. And I'm just going to make sure we are in shot. So yeah, so that's that one. And then inside we've got, there we go, so that's the inside, and it just says with love, which I think is very pretty. So that's that one. And then we've got this one here, which is with love on your birthday. Hopefully you can see that with it not shining too much, and the little foil flowers down there. And then on the inside of this one we have got wishing you a magical birthday, enjoy the day. And then obviously that's the inside of that one. So that's 2 cards, all out of stuff that was just sitting in my stock, which wasn't really doing a great deal, to be fair. So that's those. With this being a Mishmash Monday, I thought I'd do something else as well. And I want to do some tags. Just out of, sorry, bear with me, I'm just going to grab some stuff. I've got lots of this. Okay, and these are old files. These were given to me by my sister-in-law, actually. And she had no use for them, and I thought, oh, I can use them. So I'm going to make up some tags. So I want to cut these up and make use of them. And if I've got time, I'll see how I go for time, but if I've got time, I'd like to decorate them using the whack and stack method. Now, if you haven't heard about the whack and stack method, I have done a video on it, but I actually picked up the idea from Gail Agostinelli. So if you haven't been along to her channel, run along and have a look at it, because she's a lovely crafter. She does some beautiful things, and I learned about the whack and stack method of decorating things from her. Yeah, so she does them really nicely as well. I'm just going to have a look and see what the width of this is. And the reason I want to do this is because with the Georgian Romance novel, I keep calling it a novel, it feels like a novel, it's been going on long enough for a novel, the whack and stack journal that I'm doing, because I printed off so many pages, honestly, so many pages that I really didn't need, I thought they would make lovely tags actually. So I want to, rather than them all go to waste, I want to make use of them. So that's 24 there. So that would be, where are we? 9 and a half. 9 and a half. So that would be 4 and a half, 4 3/4. That's not quite tall enough for 2 tags. Okay, so I can do. Let me cut these down into 3s. I can do 2 2 tags and maybe some journal cards, tags and journal cards. Yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I printed off so many of them that I've got so much stuff now that I want to make use of them by doing these whack and stacks, which makes a brilliant use for them. And it means they won't, of course, go to waste, because it's such a lovely design. It would be such a shame for it to go to waste. Now that could be used as a belly band, so again, not wasting that. I will use that piece as a belly band. I might even do a whack and stack belly band on that. Now the tags I want to be about 6 inches. And the blade's just popped out. So 6-inch stag tag even, and then that could be used as a little journal card. So I'm just going to pop that to one side. So there's one. I need at least 5 of these to do the whack and stack method. 2, 3. Oh, that's typical, isn't it? It only gave me 4. Not to worry, I can cut them down 5. Okay, so we've got, just check that, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me just cut another one, because I need 5 of them to do this. So what am I doing of? Are you being silly? I want that 3, don't I? 3 centimetre width. And then turn it round and do my 6 there. Okay, so I've got my 5 bases. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So that's that done. So that's my 5 bases. So we've got the 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Hopefully you can see those all. And now I want to find 5 sheets. Hopefully I'm going to be able to cut them all at the same time. So there's 1, beautiful. There's 2. There's 3. And 4. And just need another 1 if I can find one. Have I got that one? I think I've got that one. Okay. Do. I've got that if I can't find another one. You watch, I'll find it right at the bottom of the pile. Maybe not. Okay. I do want 5 different. Oh, there we go. Ba-bum. Right, smashing. So, got 5 of these. I'm just very quickly, I'm just conscious of time. Just going to very quickly trim these up. I mean, I could use these for other journals and things as well, for pages in other journals, but I also think they make beautiful designs for the tags. So, and I've got loads of them. I've got lots of other pages that I printed off as well. So I'm just trying to make a use out of all of them, really. And these will make really nice not neutral, but pastelish tags that could be used in pretty much anything you wanted to use them in. So there we go, that's 2 more done. That one's already done, that one's already done, and that one's already done. So what I'm going to do now is just cut these down. That one's already... Okay, they're not quite the same size, but that's no great shakes. Okay. Oh, how many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's good. Okay. I did count properly. So, I want to go with 3 inches. Helps they're all in line, doesn't it? I'm going to try cutting them all at the same time to save a bit of time. So 3 inches that way. And 6 inches that way. And then that way, they're all the same size as the card or the tag. 6 inches that way. Pop those. They can be used for collaging. And now, the idea of this is you can use paper clips to hold these together while you're tearing if you want to. I generally don't bother, and you can tear these however you want. It doesn't have to be in straight lines. In fact, I actually prefer doing them in higgledy-piggledy lines. So just tear them any old how you want to. And there we go, there's those 2 done. So you've got 2 at the top, then you do a larger strip in the centre, and again, however you want to do it, just tear them any old how, doesn't have to have any rhyme or reason to it. Then that one goes there, and then the bottom piece again, I'm going to go that way with this one. Oh gosh, that's hard. Right, there we go. And then this one goes that way. Oh, this is going to be an interesting tear. There we go. So that's that one. And then what you do, very simply, you just lay them out. So you pop one there, one there, one there, one there, and one there. Okay. And then you move along to the next one to do the next bit. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then the centre, you move along 1 more. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then this piece, move along again 1 more. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then the last piece, you're going to be starting on this one, which is 1, back to the beginning, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then all you do is just glue them all into place. You've got 5 very quick tags, and you can then embellish them however you want to. So I will glue one in to place. Let me just get all my rubbish out of the way. I'll glue one into place. Let me just move these ones, and then I'll do the others offline because I'm just conscious of time, but I'd like you to at least see one of them completed. Okay, so let's just make sure I get them in position. And all you need, a little bit of glue stick, glue to your heart's content. I just love doing these. They are so quick and simple to do. Big old blob of glue there. Just pop them into place. And if they don't completely line up, you can decorate the the joins with things like metallic paints or art sticks, or what they called, metallic pens you can get as well. They look really nice. I did one and I used a gold to go through. You see here, I don't know if you can see that tear there, you can actually see that there, because the way you tear them, obviously they're not all going to tear it the same way, and all I did was I put some gold pen running down the crease, and it looked really nice. If I'll show you what I mean in a moment. I have got some pens to hand. You just need to make sure that you're sticking them in the right places. There we go. And again, you can see just got a little bit of a gap there, but it's nothing to worry about because we can sort it. Because with this little method, sometimes the tattier the better. And then that one goes up that way. Just line it up with the corner. There we go. And this one, final piece. And that one can go in there. Okay. So, there we go. So that's your little old whack and stack, which I think is lovely. And then let me just show you how it looks. Now this is just, it's a Scribblicious. I picked a set of these up in, where did I pick them up from? If you're in the UK, in the Works. Oh, they were as cheap as chips, but they're really useful for doing like little edgings and things, and they're quite good actually. They came in various colours, so they came in the silver, the blue, the purple, the green, and the gold. Oh, and I think they came, yeah, that's the same make. I think that's all of them. So you've got the silver and gold, and then you've got the pink, the blue, the mauve, and the green. So you've got a nice little set there. Honestly, can't remember how much they cost me. They weren't a busted lot, to be honest with you. If they were a few pounds, I think probably that's being generous. I'm going to use the blue one. Let me just pop my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. And then literally, you just follow the line of where you've glued. Now you might not like this, you might like it. You can do it with or without. It really doesn't make any odds. But the Japanese, when they break things, they use gold to put things back together again. And the idea being that once it's been put back together, it's actually stronger than when it originally broke. And I think that just looks lovely. Now you might disagree, and that's fine if you do, but yeah, I just think that looks really lovely. And then to make that into a tag, we're just going to trim off the corner like that, turn that over, trim off that corner, and there we go. Bob's your auntie's uncle. And that's that. So that is the whack and stack method. So I just thought I'd share that with you. I've not done it for a while, and I am getting quite low on tags and things. So I just thought I'd make myself some up. But I think that's lovely. And with the Georgian Romance backgrounds, which is what they are, I think they work so well together. They are beautiful, absolutely lovely, make beautiful tags. That's it, guys. That's my day. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. I will see you all again for No Waste Wednesday. Take care. See you soon. Bye.